mayor.
To the bank.
Based on your agreement with the mayor.
Yes, sir.
Correct?
That payment, yes.
And what is the outstanding balance? 13 million. Correct?
Correct.
13 million. But you guys only declared 2 million.
Beg your pardon?
You guys only declared 2 million.
I only declared 2 million too, but Mr. Lead Counsel, my agreement with the BCC is one.
Yeah.
My agreement with Nandu or MK Stores is another one.
No.
Yes, sir.
Your agreement has always been with Nandu.
No, sir. Nandu cannot give me lease me a piece of land. That was done between the company and BCC. I told you, we approached a group called Fuani, the High Sense Group.
No evidence of that.
Okay, it was done verbal.
No evidence.
It was done verbal.
When you were selling the land with Nandu, you had evidence.
When it came to signing the lease, because Nandu insisted the lease and all the conditions were agreed on the payment term, etc. Then we signed Nandu. I would have done the same with Fuani had we come to some agreement.
So you would have done the same with Fluani before you put in 2 million.
Before I put the 2 million, yes. If we had come to terms and the price agreed with Fuani, we would have done.
You paid $2 million to BCC because Fuani wanted to have a partnership with you.
Partnership with me?
That's what you said.
With
Fuani, the company.
Did
you pay 2 million to BCC's account because of your oral agreement with Fuani?
No. Because that deal fell through. So we reverted to MK Stores. When we agreed, we paid the 2 million.
No. Not correct.
It is correct, sir.
That cannot be. That is so false,
no,
my friend.
You said yourself that there was an agreement between us and MK Stores dated 14th of May.
Yes.
On the 20th, we paid the 2 million to Basic Bank.
Yes.
But there's nothing.
But then you said yourself that because of your agreement with Fuani, you paid $2 million. That's what you said.
That's wrong. Sorry. After 5-6 years at my old age.
No, my friend. At your old age, at 5-6 years, you will have lost all your millions.
No, I will not lose my millions.
Exactly. So you knew what you were doing. It's because your first evidence is debunked, you're trying to change it because the documents they speak for itself. That's why I said to you the agreement was all along with Nandu.
That's one thing, Mr. Lead Counsel, I don't agree with.
You don't have
I did not start with Nandu the process.
You did?
No, sir.
Of course.
I did not. The people are witness, they are still living here.
You don't have a message, you don't have an email, you don't have any form of documentation to show that that fictitious company exists, especially in this transaction. You don't do business like that, my friend.
It's not fictitious, Mr. Lead Counsel. And deals are done verbally, non-stop.
You don't do business like that. Nobody does. When I said to you clearly that you will not pay $2 million with that high risk, you said it's possible. You said it yourself. We can play all the tape. I'm not sure the IT guy whether he can play the tape.
No, I said it's possible. It's possible. I take risk.
Mr. Dauda, can we have a tape played? Is it possible?
No, but if you say so, it's possible.
Use the microphone.
Yes, we can.
Please, that part where Mr. Sharbel gave evidence in relation to the server. We will proceed while they are arranging to play back.
I take your word for it. It's fine. Go ahead.
You think?
I said, I take your word for it. Go ahead.
No, Mr. Sharbel. Here, it's not about my word. The commissioners They are independent of what I say and what you say. They consider what you say and what we say here, and then they will form their decision. Do you understand that? What I am doing is I'm trying to accuse you of fraud. You and the mayor and possibly Mr. Bachin.
There is no fraud, Mr. Council.
The evidence shows.
The evidence doesn't show fraud, Mr. Council.
Of course, it shows that. It shows you profited unlawfully from a transaction that was dubious in the first place. No evidence of what you disclosed to council, that you have a packaging company here and there. You did not submit to them any documentation to that effect. I even wonder how they even allocated this to you. You did not provide proof to them, did you? What you said to them, council, did you give them any proof? I'm asking you, did you give them, the mayor, any proof that the partners you are dealing with, they are here, it's at their documentation, and so on and so forth?
I wasn't asked.
Exactly, they are not interested.
But that doesn't make it fraudulent, Mr. Gomez.
If you're going to convince anyone for a multi-million dollars business, you don't go with empty hand. You go with serious information, so that they will act on that information and do their due diligence. That's what you do. No one walks just to the mayor's office and say, I have partners that want to come here. They want to invest $50 million. I want a plot of land, and then they allocate a plot of land. It does not work that way. You and I know that. Right?
No.
Yes, it doesn't work that way.
I don't agree. You said if I don't agree, I can tell you I don't agree.
Of course, why not? I don't take offense to that. So you can walk anytime, anywhere to the mayor's office and say to the mayor that you have a business proposal, and then you have partners that they have $50 million investment or dollars.
I never said so.
But you never provided any evidence to them.
If I wasn't asked by BCC to furnish whatever document they needed. I did not.
So you were sure, or you had hope, that if you go without any documentation, that there's a chance of them agreeing. Why?
Because like anywhere else, like the Minister of Local Government in the old days, when you apply for a piece of land, you write and apply for a piece of land to build a house. So I applied to BCC for a plot of land around the Bantu area.
No.
Yes.
There is a criteria, my friend.
Yes.
Even Minister of Lands, if they ever give you any land in that manner, then it may have been fraudulent as well. That is the criteria. Do you work for government? Or have you ever served in government in any form? Is there any interest they have in you or whatsoever? No. There is supposed to be a criteria. You and I know this. There's supposed to be a criteria. You understand?
I understand. What
Exactly.
I'm trying to say is that if BCC had they asked me for further information, I would have tried to provide it.
Mr. Serbel, if I come to your office and I tell you I want $50 million to do an investment, I have partners that are coming in from Dubai, they'll give you any evidence, you will not give it to me.
No, not to you. But I was dealing with BCC, a reputable municipality, BCC, KMC. That's why I paid the cash to the BCC.
But what reputation do you have that they will act on your word without any evidence?
I beg your pardon?
What reputation do you have? What makes you different from the ordinary Gambian?
No, nothing.
That's it.
I'm no different from anyone.
That's why I am saying the ordinary Gambian would not have that luxury, wouldn't have that privilege to just walk in and say, I have partners in the air, and be given a whole 100 by 100 plus.
I couldn't reply to you.
No, my friend, it's true.
No,
Because no, it's true. You wouldn't do that. You run a business, correct? You run a business. Correct?
yes, I did run a business, yes.
So you would not do that. If anyone comes to you with a business proposal, you want to know they are serious. Correct?
Depends who it is.
It doesn't matter.
It matters.
You rather give your money for free than you are tricked into a business without evidence. That's it. Mr. Bachin, you see the agreement on the 14th of May, and you see the transfer on the 20th, correct? The transfer paid to you was on the 20th. Have a look at it. Mr. Bachin, you see that? Into the microphone, please. Please speak into the microphone.
See, the agreement was made on the 14th of May, and then the payment was affected into the account on the 20th
Correct.
of May.
And then you had Mr. Shelby tell you that the 2 million that was paid to the account is from none. You heard him say that. What comes to your mind?
No, Lead Council, for me in particular, I don't think I can have anything in mind.
Now you are the CEO. Now, if your evidence is you genuinely believe you were dealing with Sharbel, yes, for a genuine purpose, and then Mr. Nando is only Sharbel gave Mr. Nando a power of attorney, as far as you believe. Now you see there was an agreement of sale.
Yes.
Now you see the money is taken from Nando, paid to you. What do you make out of this? Were you guys tricked?
Yes.
You were tricked. Now explain to us. That's what I mean when I say, what do you make out of this?
Because in the simple sense that if I look at the agreement with the EMK stores on the 14th of May,
Yes.
and then see that on the 20th of May, the 2 million was paid into the account, then it's very likely that, like the money, as we are talking about here, might have been sourced from EMK stores.
Might have been.
Sourced from EMK stores.
What might have been sought?
Payment of the 2 million,
Yes.
as just stipulated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now it's no longer, it's not a matter of might have been now. It's a matter of fact now. The money is from EMK stores. Right? Even the 2 million
Makes sense.
that you initially received. It's from EMK stores. Yes. This you as CEO did not know about.
About the agreement?
About the money coming from EMK stores. About having an agreement for the land to be given to EMK stores. That was the initial agreement.
Yes.
You did not know about all of this?
No, I didn't know about all this.
Okay. You as an individual, huh? You don't know about this. How would we know, Mr. Bacheli? Why would you be excluded from this?
Based on two factors. First, it's like if you look at the agreement, this agreement between the two of them.
Yes.
There's nothing mentioned in the council or any
copies. It doesn't have to mention the council.
Or any copies that were made to us for us to know.
It doesn't have to mention the council. That is why I said to you, when you had an agreement with Party A,
yes,
Party A paid $2 million.
Yes.
Last minute you were to transfer to Party A. Party A said, no, transfer it to Party C. That
yes.
is suspicious transaction by any standard. Any reasonable man would know that does not make sense.
Well, for us at that particular point,
just speak for yourself.
Okay.
Not for the mayor. The mayor negotiated this deal.
For me, let me restrict it to myself. Really, I just didn't have it.
Mr.
And I'm sure if all of them were to be here, That is to the fact that, you know, I had no clue about this agreement.
If both of,
If all of the parties were to be here, I would appreciate
did
it.
you believe the mayor did not disclose that information to you?
She can attest to the fact that nothing was ever explained to me with regards to this transaction.
The mayor never explained anything to you regarding the transaction.
Absolutely.
You were only acting on instructions.
In fact, when I learned about it, I sent her a WhatsApp message
To
to the mayor
saying what?
that after this has happened,
What did you say to the mayor?
I told the mayor that it is now that I am learning that these two parties, one of them sold the land to the other.
When was this?
It's about some time ago, I can't remember, but it's definitely in my WhatsApp.
Which year? Can you access your WhatsApp now? We give you a few minutes. Or
Bachire, just for a moment, let me maybe refer you to a letter you yourself wrote to the CEO founder of Consulting Limited,
Yes.
where you have said that following the meeting and following the agreement from the General Council, you are now giving him access to the plot of land. Appreciate the fact that you don't understand this transaction. And you said in your letter that you are looking forward to the preparation of the agreement that you are talking about, that lead counsel is talking about. If you did not have any knowledge and you are not a party to this transaction.
I think his question is centering on the sale issue.
Sale?
The sale issue.
Yes.
I think that's what, if my understanding, that's what he was trying to say. If I'm aware of a sale.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, the letter that I wrote is like a standard letter.
What is the inference when you said you are looking forward for the preparation of the agreement? Was it not for the sale?
No, because normally what...
That is different.
No.
That is different.
Let me explain.
Yeah.
What happens is that...
No, answer my question for is it different from the sale?
It's nothing to do with the sale.
Sale. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the clarification. You may proceed.
yeah, and the technician, do we have it?
Lead counsel,
Yes, sir.
can you kindly allow me to come tomorrow with it? Because it's not in this one.
Okay,
But I surely have it.
no problem, sir. But the bottom line is you sent a message to the mayor.
Yes. But I'm just learning now that there was a sale of the land, and then I'm putting it to you that I've just heard about it. Do you know something about it?
Said what?
And she told me that she doesn't.
Of course. But at least we now know that the price is determined by the two of them.
Yes. It's clearly stipulated in my WhatsApp.
Yeah. We need the part after the introduction of Mr. Shepherd. If you guys need time, we can give you time. You need time. Anyways, the sheriff, did you give any part of this money to anyone in country?
lawyers and brokers, yes.
Lawyers. And
Pay the lawyer to prepare the lease. I paid the seller, I paid the agent that introduced me to the first guy, and then I went to with somebody to clean the land. That
you
was
paid
not, sorry.
the agent that introduced you to the first person.
Yes.
Why?
That was the deal with him in the beginning.
So you were to sell the land to the first people?
Say that again.
Were you to sell the land to the first guys?
First,
Were you to sell the land to the first guy?
no, for the agreement, the deal, and for the packaging plant.
No. Mr. Shelby,
Yes.
you only pay the agent for the first guys if you are to sell the land to them.
Yes. When it didn't, when it didn't materialize, I went to Nandu.
Were you to sell the land to the first guys?
No.
You said yes.
I said no, it was for a project.
No,
So
but then you wouldn't have paid an agent for it.
I paid the agent when it was sold to Nandu.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
You
sorry.
said you had to pay the agent who introduced you to the first guys.
I paid the agent who introduced, who was in the deal with me, with Nandu.
No. The evidence is in.
That's what I just said now. Sorry,
No,
that was a mistake then. It was a lapsus. Sorry.
No. You are speaking the truth the first time. Then you didn't realize what you were saying. Now it makes sense what you were saying is implicating you. Now you want to change it. Remember one thing. We have Nando's statement. We have interviewed Nando. And for all the things you were saying about agents, there was no agent between you and Nando.
Mr. Counsel, I cannot comment on a statement from Nandu whether it is correct or not.
There was no agent between you and Nando. That is a fact. Because we have interviewed Mr. Nando. Now I'm asking you, was there an agent between you and Mr. Nando?
Me and Nandu, there were even two agents.
Who were these agents?
I was introduced to him by, I told you, lawyer Sheriff Tambedu, and by one Mr. Abbas.
Lawyer Sutameju is not an agent. He's a lawyer.
Oh, he's a lawyer.
Witness to be affiliated to evidence and black assets. We can give you guys time, sort it out. We can play it tomorrow, if that is okay. Mr. Elhaj, are you educated in English language? Please
I beg your pardon?
Can you read and write?
Yes.
After the introduction.
That was the initial contact.
When was this? Which year?
Counsel, honestly, I don't remember all that. Go to the statement.
You can please.
I don't know. It was some years back. If I have a copy of the statement here.
Dara, let's wait until tomorrow. We get the exact part and we can play it. Now, the second agent.
Sorry?
The second agent.
Yes.
The name?
Abbas.
Abbas what?
To the Fuani family, the first group. Then he was with me when we were negotiating with Nana.
He was with you. Did he introduce Nando to you?
No.
Should I say that he did not introduce you to Nando? There was no agent between you and Nando.
Confirming that, but he was the one with me the whole time. We were a team with.
Let me ask a question again.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
It's a very simple and direct question.
Yeah.
Did an agent introduce you to Nando?
No.
Good. Did an agent introduce you to the first guys?
Yes.
Did you pay that agent
Yes.
based on the introduction between you and the first guys?
Yes. And the finalization.
No. We have already settled that. We've already settled the issue between you and Nando, that there was no agent. You can't eat your cake and have it again. The first guys, when the agent introduced you to the first guys, how much were you supposed to pay the agent?
750,000.
Dollars.
Yes, sir.
Why?
That's what we agreed.
Of what amount? How much were you supposed to sell it to the first guys?
Selling it to the first guy, as I told you.
But you're paying $750,000.
After I completed the deal with Nando.
No, Mr. Sharda,
Yes.
please do not confuse things.
I'm not confusing things.
You have already said that you don't have an agent between you and Nando. You've already said yes to that. Correct?
I said so, yes.
I'm trying to take it as simple as possible. But let me repeat again for the last time. Was there an agent between you and Nando? Who introduced you to Nando?
Mr. Sheriff Tambi.
Mr. Sheriff Tambedo is a lawyer and not an agent.
Fine, sorry. He introduced me.
Yes. Is there any other agent who introduced you to Nando?
No.
Good. Now, who introduced you to the first guys?
This agent, Mr. Abbas.
What agreement did you have with the agent to pay him if the deal goes through with the first guys?
The agreement was to pay him 750,000.
If the deal goes through with the first guys, how many percent of what amount will that be?
There was no percentage agreed.
So why, or what was the agreement based on, the $750,000 with the
It
first
was
guys?
based on the volume of the project.
What was the volume of the project?
I don't know, $2-3 million project, warehouses, assembly plant.
If you do not know the volume of the project, how can you agree on a price?
I agreed with him, Mr. Counsel.
But how can you agree with him on a price if you don't know the volume of the project?
I can't reply. I just told you I agreed with him on an amount.
You agreed to pay $750,000 to an agent when you don't even know the price of the project.
The project, as I told you, the project was in the region of $2-3 million.
Where can we see that?
Nowhere.
Exactly. Exactly. Because it's false. Your testimony is false.
It's not false.
Because that's why you don't have any evidence.
It's not false at all. I took the oath. It's not false, Mr. Lead Counsel.
Mr. Shara, we know that it is false. But again, we will allow you to go unless there are questions from the commissioners, but you'll come back tomorrow for us to play that. Tomorrow you'll come back in the morning, unless there are questions for you.
It's not necessary, Mr. Counsel. You told me that, and I told you, I confirmed what you said. So I wanted to just come and give you the receipts, the funds I received from MK Stores, a reconciliation, what I have myself. And what as I told you before also, and what I told the team next door was everything is in black and white.
You are not done yet.
Sorry?
You are not done yet.
No, okay.
Any questions for the witness? Chair? For Mr. Shabra.
For the time.
Mr. Shabra, please provide your bank statement as well.
My bank statement.
Yes.
Which one?
How many bank accounts do you have?
I have with Access Bank and with Trust Bank.
Okay. You will need that from 2018, from 2019.
From 2019.
Yes, to 2023.
But that, I cannot provide tomorrow, sir.
Okay.
I have to ask the bank for it.
No problem.
Can you please kindly repeat the dates?
From 2019 to 2023.
I have a question for Mr. Bacheli. Mr. Bacheli,
Yes.
please provide to the Commission a letter dated the 1st of May 2019 from Banjul City Council. This was the letter of allocation.
Okay. Letter of allocation for,
Ye-
for
Please endeavor to bring that letter.
Mr. Bachelor, before Mr. Sherbel goes, you were to make an agreement as per the letter, the 30th of April 2019, addressed to the CEO, C consultant, which states that we look forward to the preparation of the agreement on the 30th.
I wanted to elaborate a bit on that, but I didn't want to interrupt when Ma was talking. So I don't know if you could allow me.
Yes.
I tell you, what's the standard format? It's based on the standard format. Because normally what happens is that if the allocation of the plot on a lease space is approved by the council,
Yes.
immediately, like, I will have to write to the party involved and then explain to them that council has agreed for the land allocation.
Yes.
Preparations normally means that we only two parties, like both the council and the DC.
Right.
The arrangement is all about each party going to our legal representatives.
Yes.
And then they prepare these agreements. So that is what we mean by that.
Was it done?
Yes, that's the format for all the lease allocation we've done.
So why was there no agreement between Sherbel and BC?
Yeah, because eventually then came this letter, this consulting letter.
That?
Then came the letter from his company that we should instead redirect the leasing arrangement with EMP stores.
The allocation for the portion of Danby wetland by the ministry, the Bubasanga, wrote to you, right?
Yes.
And then because you wrote to him requesting for a portion to be allocated to Sherbet, correct?
No. Can I kindly have that? I'll explain to you.
Yes.
That was the allocation for the whole area.
Right.
So it was not limited to one.
For the whole area.
It was allocation for the whole area.
On 19th of April 2016.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly so. That's what the letter implies.
Yes. So it is pursuant to this letter of the 19th of April 2016 that you got the allocation,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Signed by Buba Sanya,
Yes.
right?
Then director of soils and lands.
Lands. Okay. And this for the Danby wetland. This is the one behind the National Assembly?
No, like I said, the whole area. For example, like if you're entering Banjul from the highway,
Yes.
because we have Jao and
Does it cover Bond Road?
yeah, Bond Road.
Does it cover Bond Road?
Yes,
It covered Bond Road.
it covers Bond Road.
Okay, the step plan is attached. We'll look into it. It is pursuant to this that you gave to.
We started the leasing arrangements.
Do you have all the list of the people that have been allocated land there?
Yeah, tomorrow I'll bring all the. I had 3/4 of them, but I was just looking for 2 or 3 more. So I want to bring all of them together, all the allocations that were made,
Together.
all the leasing arrangements that were made. I
All
want
right.
to bring it together.
Right. The Sherba, you can come back tomorrow morning
Okay.
with the necessary documents.
the repayments from Nandi.
Right.
But the bank statements, I ask you for time,
Yes.
apply to both banks to produce them.
Right.
So I don't know, I will push the bank as fast as I can, but you,
No problem.
okay, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
I can leave.
Yes, sir. You have been discharged.
Thank you. Let me formally allow you to, Mr. Elhaj. Thank you for coming. We see you tomorrow. Thank you so much.
You will aid the commission in some of the questions we have for Fabian.
Okay.
Mr.
So
Bachini
you can-
is very important, Chair.
Yes,
for
let him. Yes, let him. Do you want him to go out or do you want him to stay with you?
With the permission of the Chair, he can stay.
Okay. So please stay for a while.
Okay.
We have the next witness for further clarifications. Can you please call the witness?
Welcome back, Honour Witness. May I kindly take your seat. Honour Witness, for continuation of your testimony before this Commission of the Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters, I want to remind you that you are still on the oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair for us to proceed. Thank you, Madam Chair. Over to you.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Vivian.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Grant Sanyal.
Yes, ma'am.
You are welcome back.
Thank you, ma'am.
Council, you may proceed.
Thank you very much. Yes. Do you have the documents that you were asked to bring?
Yes, please.
Maybe please see.
My statement.
What is this?
The bank statement.
This is your statement of account.
Yes, please.
And the relevance?
The original documents, I went to the council yesterday to the office, but I learned that they are no more there. They are on temporal leaves. So the original documents that we assigned are with them and the retirements as well.
So the bank statement will contain the money that you have received.
Yes, from the project.
We apply to tender the statement of account of the witness Fabian in a grant into evidence as an exhibit.
Which account is it? Which bank is it? Which bank? Madam Ina Grant Sanyan,
Yes, ma'am.
this statement is, this account is maintained in which bank?
EcoBank.
EcoBank. The EcoBank statement maintained by the witness covering the period 1st of February 2022 to 31st of August 2023 is hereby admitted in evidence as exhibit, and it is marked as LGC/BCC/PID/012.
As the commission places. Now, maybe you'll have to find time and highlight or get us to, okay, can you do it now to all the payments you've received?
It's all captured there since February, I believe.
Okay. Will you be able to run us through the account as to all the payments?
Yes, I have. The bank statement is from page 1 to 44.
Right.
So the first payment that was done from the project as contracted was done 2nd March 2022.
March 2022.
Yes,
How much?
25,000.
That's your allowance.
Yes.
Okay.
So on monthly basis.
Okay.
Yes. So the second payment was done 30th of March 2025.
Right.
25,000, pardon.
Correct.
Yes.
And you have 6th March again.
6th May.
6th May, the same amount.
6th May, yes, same amount.
27th May, same amount.
Same amount, yeah. 13th July.
July,
Yes.
same amount. 2nd August,
2nd August.
we have
31st of August.
August 2022, same amount. September 26th.
26th September, yes.
Then you have a $5,000 from Abu Ghana.
Yes.
What was that for?
Pre-finance.
Okay.
Pre-finance.
So this is what you do. For all this money from aside from your allowance, you can just place either cover note to explain each what it was for.
Yeah. I even have an email corresponding my pre-financing
Oh,
that I sent to Jonas.
you have it here with you.
Yes, so I printed it here. And it's here. I wrote an email to Jonas regarding the lack of nutritional support funds inquiry that was dated September 29th.
Okay.
May I read it, please?
No, we will attach that together with the cover note relation to the monies that are featured in the statement of account. But again, back to the $100,000 that is exhibit 011 PIG, that Fabian in a grant, your exhibit number 011.
Yes.
That state that you received $100,000, which you clearly stated in this commission that the signature is false, correct?
Yes.
Do you still maintain that?
Yes, for the aloe vera, purchasing of the aloe vera.
Yes. It
Yes.
says for the aloe vera, for medical materials for the aloe vera born wounds research activity. Do you maintain your position that you did not receive this amount?
I want to see clearance, seek clarification for an oversight, which I can read regarding this payment of 100,000.
Okay.
So I wrote, I have it here. I can tender another copy to the lady here. So I wrote in my initial statement that I received a check payment of $100,000 for the procurement of medical items for the aloe vera born wounds research activity of the health component. The issue of a voucher that specifically mentioned $100,000 for the purchase of aloe vera only was not received by me. Let me clarify that I submitted a progress report in the form of a memo, and the memo provided important progress report updates. The memo dated 22nd March 2022, which was written by me to the project coordinator, project manager, and CEO, was to submit a progress report on the health components of bond research and alcohol production. In the report, I underscore that a list of required materials for the bond research was submitted in August 2021, but there were procurement delays. On 10th March 2022, the project office handed over to me 3 checks amounting to $233,550. The first check of $123,000 was for Caraba Pharmacy for the procurement of pharmaceutical items. The second check of $10,550 was for Ecomet Medical Store. And the third check of $100,000 was under my name for the purchase of items which could not be bought from the stores at once, which include patients' daily nutritional support, daily supervision, and pre-finance costs that I have spent. So let me therefore emphasize, in view of the above, that I never received a check of $100,000 for the purchase of aloe vera.
Okay. Let me help you again, Mrs. Fabian in a grant. If you want to tender a document, just say you have a document that you want to be admitted.
Yes, I have a document regarding
Yes.
the memo, the progress report that I have.
Now I'm just trying to tell you how it works, so that when we see the document and we apply for it to be tendered, if it is admitted,
Okay.
then you can seek permission to read it.
Oh,
If it is granted, then you can read it.
all right, sorry about
Okay.
that.
All right. Now, Chairperson, we applied to tender a document from the witness with the heading seeking clarification for an oversight. But you need to sign this.
Yes, but I wrote this just not to forget. I wrote it down.
Yes,
If I'm
we
explaining
still
here.
have it
Yes, thank you.
admitted. Yes. You know that the CEO is present,
All right.
Mr. Bachin.
Should I have my name?
A document presented by the witness titled Seeking Clarification for an Oversight and is signed by the said witness, Fabian Inagrand Sanyan. The said document is submitted in evidence as an exhibit and it is marked as LGC/BCC/PIG/013.
As the commission, please. Now, Mrs. Grant,
Sign please.
I'll come back to the matter. Come again?
Say, Mr. Sign.
Sanya, yes, of course. I will come back to the $100, but then the Canada Pharmaceuticals. Again, did you negotiate with Canada Pharmaceuticals, or is it the procurement officer who negotiated?
I did not negotiate.
Who did the negotiation?
I mentioned that it was Keta who did all the procurement.
Keta.
Yes.
All right. Now, Mr. Bachir, we have a voucher here. You are the CEO. You approve this payment? Correct? Yes, I will. But you were the CEO at the time.
Yes.
You were in charge of authorizing payment.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
In 2022, you guys had already removed Mr. Kamara? March 2022.
Yes.
Correct? And so who was there? Mama Cham. Good. And so you and Mama Cham will be signing the vouchers and the authorizing payment. Correct?
Yes,
You
sir.
need to increase your voice. Now I will give you this voucher, voucher number 831. Mrs. Fabian in a grand sign was shown this voucher, said that she did not receive this money, said that even the signature is not her signature. I will show you the voucher. You can go through the voucher. It's already in evidence. Is exhibit 011, PIG exhibit 011. So yes. Do you recognize that voucher?
Great Council, may I ask, is this the very signature she's saying that it's not
Yes,
her?
yes.
So I'm trying to see my signature here and that of the.
We have Mama Cham's signature.
Yeah, for the approval.
Yes.
Because for the approval, this is CEO BCC, but I have not seen a signature here.
Yes. But I see Mama Cham's signature.
Yes.
We don't see your signature there.
Prepared by Mohammed Cham.
Yes.
But then here, authorized by the project coordinator, the signature is black.
Right.
Approved by CEO to is black.
Right. What is your point?
No, I'm just making an observation.
Yeah, I know. It's for you to help us.
Then perhaps we I don't think I have to tell you what to do.
Mr. Bacheli, you can always say what you want to say.
What I was suggesting, the council, we call Mohammed Cham to come on board and also help us further
Of course.
to know how this all transpires.
Of course. You can also take it up with him as well. Mr. Bacheli, there's an email in that voucher from Jonas.
Was it the first one?
Yes, an email stating or suggesting that the prices supposedly forwarded by the witness, Fabian, is on the high side. You see that email? Can you read it, please?
It says from Jonas to Gam.
Right.
Subject request for payment.
Correct.
I just looked at Fabian's original budget, and the costs for the materials are much more higher than what was budgeted for.
Right.
It's approved, but I hope it's clear to everybody.
What does that mean?
Like the original budget that was submitted by herself, and the cost for the materials are much higher than what was budgeted for.
Okay. Did she submit any budget? The project.
The project.
The other page. You will see the emails from, I believe it's Gam. Trying to communicate what the witness is claiming. You have seen it?
That's the cost for the procurement of medical materials.
Please read it.
From I like to request for the approval for the procurement of medical materials for the aloe vera born wounds research activity of the health invoice at 1,000. Number 2, ECOMED 10,550. And then Fabian grants because of the complexity of medical materials. Other materials needed are flower base.
Don't worry about the pronunciation. Okay. The materials to be bought, where does it come from?
It came from the project manager.
Who is suggesting that it came from the witness Fabian? Who is suggesting that it came from the witness? Part of it also came from the witness, correct?
Yes. This amount of 100,000
To go to the witness.
to go
The
to
witness is a consultant.
yes
Is that evidence of her requesting $100,000 for aloe vera?
manager.
Why will it be approved?
Yeah, but if it comes from the project manager with the assumption that he's done the needful, there is nothing else we could do
There
than to
is
approve.
no assumption of doing any needful.
Yeah.
What exists in this management request put up, and if it's in line with the budget and in line with what is agreed, then you act on it. The project manager can just write and say, well, we need $200,000 for the consultant, and if the consultant never requested for it, you will be better informed to either grant or refuse based on your own experience and information. Is that not the case? It looks like time to go through that. We'll call you with Mr. Cham, but you have time to go through that. And that you have mentioned in your statement.
No support is there.
There is a
Consent.
consent.
No support on daily basis.
Right.
So we have the control and also non-control.
Right.
So the patients who are there, who have been born, daily basis we give them $200. And because it is mentioned that they have to be eating something that is proteinous and also at least nutritional to be part of it. So once given, they sign. You understand the voucher. So I asked the project manager to prepare a voucher. But he said, no, just pay like that. I said, no, I can't pay like that because I need an evidence because I have to retire what I request. So then from there, so since then, I have been requesting for that and they have not been giving me. So I have to pre-finance and give to them because according to ethics, whatever you inform the patient, you have to do it because the patient already signed.
According to what?
The ethical consent that is given. Because before the patient starts, we will communicate with the patient, inform the patient that we are doing this procedure. This is what it entails. Will you like to participate? We explain the aloe vera and the SSD. So if they participate, we tell them that, okay, there is an amount that will be given for nutritional support for the child. because we are dealing with the kids. So they will buy there what they need, like water, egg, or other things that the child will need. So that amount is given on daily basis, and anybody who participates, they give them that. So all those things we are then compiled. Remember, I was pre-financing because I cannot inform the patient, and the patient give a consent, and inform the patient that I will give you 200 every day. And the patient now, being part of it, and we're not giving them, is something that will raise an eyebrow. So since I mentioned it to the patient, and the patient signs, I have to give them money. So I pre-finance. So that's those pre-financing, all the payment vouchers, I make sure that they write their names, the date that was given, and either signature or thumbprint. I give it to them. I give to the clinical staff that anybody who is being paid, please write their names. So all those things are accumulated. They printed it from the project office. I mentioned that let them put at least a letterhead and give it to the hospital at the bonds department. So those ones, anytime given to me, I leave it at the clinical site, the bond center. Once it is complete, then they will send it to the project office and retire it, plus my retirement. Nutritional support, retirement, attached vouchers.
Do you have your retirement?
It's at the office. Yesterday, that's why I went to the office yesterday. I met it locked. Nobody is there. But all my nutritional support, retirements, all my retirements, I always give it to the office.
We will need the retirement.
Okay, I'll go back to the office and stay.
Mr. Bachele, is that true?
I have trust in what she said.
You have?
Trust in what she said.
No, Mr. Bachele. You were the CEO. You were at the helm of affairs, correct?
Yes.
Was it true that every patient should be given $200? I didn't say I have no trust in what she is saying, but you are here.
I'm saying I go by because really I cannot remember.
Mr. Bachele, you don't know. You don't know whether $200 was to be given to each patient.
I say I don't remember it.
If you're given time, will you be able to recall?
Because the thing is, the reason why I said I believe her is because
This would have been discussed in meetings, right? Your engagement with the consultant, you would have had all the information. Have been discussed in meetings. You have had meetings of this discussion. Before you agree with the consultant, you would have had agreement among yourself.
yeah,
The steering committee would have agreed on it.
we had several meetings with her.
Was it agreed, or do you need time to confirm?
I need time to confirm.
Ms. Fabian,
So,
on ethical grounds, whatever you tell the patient is what you do.
yes.
If the agreement was to give every patient $10,000 and it's beyond your reach,
It's because I worked based on the budgets. It's mentioned
the
there.
agreement is with the patient is such that you cannot pre-finance it. What do you do?
I allow them, since they are at the hospital for a number of days, I just wait. But I cannot see a patient after being informed that they will be given. I
No,
looked at them
I've
like,
already heard you. Now answer the question. If your agreement is with the patient is such that you yourself, you cannot honor it because the people that are supposed to honor it failed, what are you to do?
I will explain to the patient what transpired.
Why did you not do that? Because you are not supposed to be in a position to pull out your money and pay.
Because I believe that they were vulnerable and I need to support them.
No, it would not be ethical to do that. Again,
Okay.
no, you don't have to agree. You know your profession more than I do. I don't think it is ethical as well to be pulling out your own money and pay the patients. It's not personal. When you treat patients, it's not personal. Remember, it's not personal. Is that not the case?
That's right.
So you are as a consultant, and you rightly conveyed a message to your patients because you were informed by the people that hired you or the people you work with. You didn't misrepresent to the patient. You didn't lie to the patient. You told them exactly what you agreed with BCC and the steering committee. If that cannot be fulfilled, that you cannot be held to be unethical by any standard, because you did not misrepresent. So why would you continue to pay? It's a question. What I see, what appears to be very apparent, is that you knew again there was some funny shady business with BCC, you condone it. Even with procurement, you were either part of it or you condone it. That was why in your statement, when the chairperson raised the issue of you accepting receiving $100,000, and your oral statement says otherwise, it's very clear. So, my friend, it's either you knew what they were saying, they were doing, and it was wrong, but then you wouldn't want to say that they are wrong openly until you were caught, or you participated in it. The choice is yours. I said to you this the last time. But if money is withdrawn and cannot be accounted for, someone somewhere has to be responsible. Mr. Budget and team, you have to tell the commission where the money has gone to. If you know something about it, you have to say it. That's how it works. Do you know how it works, Mrs. Simon? This is how it works. Any questions for these witnesses?
No questions.
I believe that's all for Mrs. Jada. She has asked that she wants to go back and get the retirement because we still, Chairperson, we still need the retirement for the monies that she received and for her to give information about those retirement.
Mrs. Sanya, we implore you that you endeavor to provide us with the retirement, evidence of expenditure of the monies that was given to you. And Council, are you calling Mr. Cham tomorrow to clear this voucher, which Mrs. Sanyan has said the signature on the voucher is not her signature?
Yes.
What I want to clarify from Mr. Bacheli is that you were the one that co-signed the check
Yes,
that
ma'am.
granted the money to Mrs. Sanyan.
Yes,
And when you signed the check, did you go through this voucher to authenticate, to confirm whether the signature was hers? Or it was just given to you by the manager and you just signed without looking at the accompanying documents and the issues that were raised by Jonas in his email attached to this voucher? Would that not have reason? Would that not have raised a red flag for you?
yes, but really, I did not want to believe that this signature was fraudulent.
Pardon? Can you say that again?
Let's put it like this. I cannot ascertain that this signature was fraudulent.
You cannot ascertain.
Yeah, that this signature was fraudulent.
Why?
Well, that was the belief I had.
Sorry?
That was the belief I had.
Now, the email that is attached to that voucher,
Yes.
ordinarily, should it have made you ask questions?
Yeah, because if I go by what the email is saying here, it's
Yes.
talking about the budget by her is seemingly higher than what was originally budgeted for.
Yes.
That's the understanding.
My concern is that a project official had raised the issue,
Yeah.
which seems to be inconsistent with what was actually budgeted for.
Yes.
Would this email not have triggered for you to look at this voucher a second time and ask questions? As the person signing the final check to disburse 100,000. Sorry?
It should have been done.
So is it a mistake on your side, or is it an error, or is it an oversight? Or is it that you knew and you just decided to close your eyes because you have some beneficial interest from this transaction?
No, certainly I did not know about it.
So what is the case?
I would say, I would not call it an oversight.
Sorry?
I would not call it an oversight too. But maybe it was like I did not read everything before I signed.
You did not read everything.
Yes.
So where we do not have evidence of retirement of this, you agree to take responsibility.
Well, yes, since I was the head.
So?
Since I was the head,
Yes.
perhaps I would have no choice than to accept it.
Council, thank you.
But
So he wants a copy of that. In the meantime, can Mr. Gay copy this so that he can do whatever he needs to do with the document before we close? The voucher. You requested for a copy, right?
yeah, ma'am.
Yes.
Can I make a suggestion too?
Yes.
If we are to invite Mohammed Cham, I think I'm suggesting that we also invite the project manager to come and shed more light on this, if it's possible.
We have invited everyone, Mr. Bachir.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, but this is the problem when you do not do things right. You remove Mr. Camera. When you never had no power, you and the mayor to remove Mr. Camera. You see?
I think I'll not touch on that too much. I'll leave it like that. Because Mr. Anyway. Mr.
That's Honorable Chairperson. They will be coming back tomorrow.
Ask Madam Sanyang one question. For the 17 staff, in one of the exhibits that we admitted, it indicated 14 staff. Can you explain the differences? What you have in your statement is that you recruited 17 staff, but the documentary evidence we have, it says 14 staff. So which one is correct?
The one that you have, the PI, the principal investigator, and the co-principal investigator is not included.
Which one?
The one that you have, that is 14, including the clinical investigator, the principal investigator.
No, I'm asking you now, for these two documents that we have, which one is correct?
17.
The 17 is correct?
Yeah, the 17 is correct. I have it here.
The 17 is the one that is correct. So the one that we have as an exhibit is not correct.
Can I see the one you have, please?
Sorry?
Can I see the one you have, please?
The one I'm referring to is what you have
Submitted
in
yesterday.
your statement of the 29th of August,
Yes.
2023.
Yes, that one is just for the clinical staffs at the bond center. But the PI, the co-PI, I mentioned the PI, the principal investigator, the co-principal investigator, and the clinical investigator.
No. I am not asking you to go into details of the identity and the titles and heads of the titles of the people that you. What I'm asking about is that you have said you recruited 17 staff.
Yes.
So that is what I want to confirm. Is it 17 staff you recruited or it is 14 staff you recruited? That's the only confirmation I need.
Yeah, that's why I said I wanted to see the one that you have so that I can confirm it.
It's a document that emanated from you.
Yes. That's why I mentioned that the investigators are not incorporated in that document. It's a clinical staff.
Okay.
Yes.
So is it a mistake from your statement, or what are you saying?
No, it's the clinical support staff that are there, but the investigators are not there.
So, but the investigators are also part
of the 17, yes.
So, Mr. Batini,
Yes.
these staffs that were employed on this project, we can glean from the documents that they were handpicked by Mrs. Sanyang, and this was evidence in her statement when she said she had a Zoom meeting and she identified her own staff. So my question is, your office did not participate in the hiring of the staff of the project, is that correct?
Relating to
The health component
yes,
of the project.
yeah, you are correct.
So
You are correct.
I am correct.
Yes.
All right. So, Madam Sanyan,
Ma'am,
the appointment of the staffs did not pass through any committee for selection as provided for by the manuals. Were they handpicked or were they selected or was there any proper process that was followed in the hiring of the staff?
yes, the nurses were selected by the chief metro.
They were selected.
They were selected, the nurses, yes. And the doctors, they were selected by also the deputy CMD.
So can we infer that the selection of the staffs that were working in this project was subjectively done?
Based on where they work.
Was it subjectively done or was it objectively done? Because you have already answered a preceding question, which resumes something. So now I'm asking, was it subjective or was it objective?
So that's...
Was it subjective?
I don't know.
Huh?
Can I answer that?
You said?
So I can't answer that.
You can't answer that?
Yeah, because I make sure that...
But you have just told
yes,
me that...
Yes.
No, hold on. You have just told me that they were selected. So if they were selected, it is subjective. Is that not correct?
Yes, it's correct.
Thank you. Council, is that all? Till tomorrow?
Yes.
Yes. It's a convenient point to stop. Is Madam Sanyan coming just for submission or for further verification? Council?
We're done.
You are done with her?
Today, yes.
Yes. So she's supposed to bring in the documents by tomorrow, right?
Yes. Can you produce documents by tomorrow?
Because they mentioned that that office is temporarily locked. And I can't get access to any documents because they are on temporary.
Do you know it's your responsibility to provide us with evidence?
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yes, ma'am. So I will go back tomorrow.
We will allow you up to Monday to come and submit
it.
Okay. Documents.
Yes, because today, because to bring it tomorrow, it's already 4. Nobody will be there.
All right, we will give you up to Monday to submit the documents.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. So, is Mr. Bacheli coming back tomorrow, Council? So, Mr. Bacheli, see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. We may rise.